Hello everyone, it is Wes, otherwise known as Four for Souls, and today I'm coming with a different type of video. It's gonna more talk about my journey and kind of like my experience, you know, doing all this stuff with Four for Souls, whether it is posting the social media, doing the business operations, and obviously, just doing this YouTube channel itself. Obviously, I plan on more and more, just like posting more, and obviously some of the promises come dry, but I feel like I don't want to rush content, nor do I feel like I need to put out content for the sake of putting out content. Obviously, I my schedule's been pretty hectic with just trying to figure out life a little bit, but otherwise I just wanted to make a kind of a video where it kind of explains a bit more of like how what I experienced in my journey so far, and that is kind of going to be the purpose of this video. So I think first and foremost, I'm going to start in 2020. I think it was around August or September 2020. And that it kind of was like where I always liked shoes. Like I always appreciated them, always had Jordans, and I had a couple Jordan mids, Air Force Ones. Like obviously I appreciated them, but I never really kind of committed to what I did do after September 2020. And basically I had to get a pair of shoes. It was the Air Max 1 Royal Hypergrapes. That is the shoe that got me started on this whole journey I have been so far. And it was just a cool shoe. It was so much, had patent leather, had so much different color schemes. It was just a cool thing, and had like this printing stuff, like it was off white. To me, it was just a really cool shoe, and I admired it for sure. From that, I kind of like just did some research on shoes, the market and all that. And that was kind of the time where also a lot of these sneaker YouTube and sneaker resellers were starting to be more prominent on YouTube. And I just did more research, and it just felt like having to do something with sneakers was a very cool way of life. And obviously it's a cool lifestyle, being able to sell shoes to people that they may have or may not have or may have not seen before. And that was just a cool thing to me to obviously just try. From that, I think I started buying like certain shoes, like LeBrons and all this other stuff. I started buying like maybe 20 pairs, like 30 pairs, and then I was like, what, I need to sell them because obviously I was just buying all the stuff, but like I wasn't making any much money. And then like that summer kind of worked out because I did turn out to sell about half of what I had. And some of the shoes then were still with me, and some of them are still here, and some have been gone a long time ago. But regardless, that was just a cool little thing where I was able to make a bit of money. That summer alone, I made about 4 or 5 grand. Obviously, that has been used to be reinvested, and as along with also just being able to spend on my own time, and obviously other investments as well. Uh, from that, I was able to make a social media, especially Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, where I obviously just showcase my love for sneakers, and obviously my reviews for sneakers and all that. And it was just something that was passionate about me. It was just like this whole process itself had some sort of like love and passion towards it. Like I didn't find it like something, because it's something I wanted to do. And when you want to do something that you love, it doesn't really feel like work. And that is kind of where I have come today. I've sold probably close to double that amount of that summer so far. So, I mean, we're on track to what I expected we were doing. I bought more shoes and all that. And, I'm working a little bit more on the web presence, web platforms and all that. Obviously I want to be able to be more of a legit business person, and regarding even my shoes too. And I know that's going to take time down the road, but I'm really looking forward to that journey itself. But it was just a really cool thing where I'm doing something I love, and I feel like I'm learning more and more each day. And that also brings me into the next topic where I wanted to talk about more of like what I've learned in this past year and a half. No, about probably about 2 years. Because yeah, about a year and a half. And so I just had a brain fart. So the first thing I learned is that don't buy shoes for the sake of buying shoes, right? To me, at first, I started buying all these shoes that weren't necessarily like popular shoes to sell, or like shoes that, others would probably wear. And, I just bought them without really any like prior knowledge or research about the thing. Like I bought these Supreme Timberlands for about 250, and I haven't been able to sell them because it's just a weird size. It's a size 8, and it's just a weird shoe. And I don't know if people would buy that shoe despite even though it being a Supreme Timberland collab. I also spent money on this one. I actually spent money, and the most money on a shoe was Off-White Air Max 97 Menta. And, after that, it was kind of like I need to be a bit more aware of what I'm buying and what I should buy. But, that also gave me the learning to like do more research, learn about what's popular, what's not. And that also brought me to learn how to negotiate more because, I just bought shoes for like, if I thought it was cheap enough, I would buy it. But now when I'm trying to buy shoes, I'm doing it from also like a customer, but also from like a business partner's view where I am talking to people in a way of like, I want to be fair to you, you want to be fair to me. And, my conversations turn out to be a lot better with the person. So I get a better relationship with them. But also, I also tend to get less of a price or spend less money because of it, because of my relationships with other people. And I find that having these relationships and networking in this like sneaker game is very important because, there's these people with these shoes, and, if you like treat them good, like they treat us good, like things will go good. And to me, I was able to talk to some people and network with some people and buy shoes from people where I was able to buy them, and then sell them for more profit. And that it was a very unique experience, obviously, just from the networking presence of it. I also find like other things that sometimes you do have to cut your losses. Cutting your losses is never easy. I've done it. Not a lot of times. I'm making more than I'm actually losing. Like I'll make more money on 3 shoes, and then one I may lose a couple bucks, $10 or something. But I feel like sometimes you have to be a bit negotiable about some of the purchases you do buy, because you also have to understand the market value for something is what people are willing to pay for it. So if a shoe is obviously 120 retail, and the market value is like $200 per se, because StockX, and the person offers 160, right? It may be true that the StockX says that it's 200, but the person which is in the market says that they're 160. And if you have another person that's saying it's like 150, 160, the real market value will probably be 160 over the $200 market value. So it's kind of like learning about like models and certain silhouettes where you know that if you can get them for a certain price, and from that certain price, you know what others might be able to pay for it. And from that, kind of like learning from that, I became more successful in buying and purchasing sneakers, and, being able to create a good sustainable flow of cash flow and obviously inventory. And obviously, thirdly, it's kind of like the challenges of, being able to sell them. I think there's been a lot of trial and errors throughout this like experience of mine. I tried to create a website, and it was a really cool experience. I don't regret it. It's obviously, it taught me a lot about like website design, um, call to action conversions, SEO, search engine optimization, and all that. It was a very cool process to learn a lot about like how to optimize your business and optimize your business like presence on the web. Uh, it just didn't work out. I thought my momentum of making money and, just like the size I did would like sustain it, but that's not the case. I kind of like shot the gun there, and it didn't cost me much money. It was just like a little bit of a like a social experiment gone wrong. And obviously the challenges of like talking about sneaker deals, right? There's a lot of people that will lowball you, and it's not just because the market value. It's like they just also don't want get a shoe at a certain price and don't really think of like the person who's selling it too. Um, it's just a kind of a hard process because I have a lot of people interested in messaging me about my things, but like the conversion to actually selling it sometimes, depend on the month, can be struggling for me. Um, I think from that, you have to look at how you represent yourself. What are you like? How is your like content being presented? How is it being shown? Who is it being shown to? And all those things I've been learning about. And I think now I'm really just trying to think of a strategy how to get the most people interested and the most legit people interested into my sneaker business, and obviously the sneakers I have. Uh, but most importantly, it's been a unique journey. Obviously, I have a pretty much the same amount of sneakers that I had at the beginning of the summer, and it is currently mid-May, so I am looking to be selling some more shoes again, but I'm not worried about that aspect. I'm also working on my social platforms and also being able to just like showcase to everyone about other sneakers. And also, I want to work on other content as well regarding sneakers, and just be more well-rounded, learn about editing, learn about all this other stuff, right? Because I do feel like digital content and digital marketing is something that I preach and want to do as a career. Obviously, I know right now that can't be made, but I am working towards that goal. I promise myself and promise my future self that like I'm going to do something, I'm going to really like give it all I got. So that is my kind of journey into this like sneaker life, sneaker culture stuff. Um yeah, and I think there's gonna be a lot of learning still to be done for me. I think for me, it's kind of just learning about being able to buy certain shoes, certain silhouettes, see how to network more, and honestly, just keep. I know what to do on the operational side. There's more of like the presence on like the platforms and networks that I'm trying to keep improving on. So yeah, that is gonna probably be my TED talk about sneakers. I obviously like to talk about sneakers, and I want to change my content and how I pursue it. Obviously, I like sneaker reviews and other aspects, but I think it's cool for me to add different elements towards what my channel and my brand, because it is a brand as much as it is anything, and be able to provide everyone a unique way of making money through sneakers, because I want to obviously have a platform where I can showcase to people what shoes, what's like styles, what silhouette brands, what unreleased stuff's coming out. And that's kind of going to be the goal for me this upcoming year. So yeah, that is pretty much what I'm going to be doing for the next little bit. And I know I say previous videos that I'm going to keep trying to post more uh available like content more quickly and more efficiently, but I that is a goal. But I also want to work on myself, and obviously the invest in myself to be able to make sure that all of the stuff that I'm wanting to do is in line. So I will try to post as quick as possible, but I can't guarantee you like certain deadlines or dates that I'm going to. But I do appreciate all the love and effort and views and everything really that has came my way. I'm very thankful for every follow, to every subscriber, to everything on all my platforms. And I'm very thankful for even the people that have helped me in my business aspirations. So I can't thank them enough for all this process. But that is the end of my video. I hope seeing you guys all very soon, and I hope when the next time I make a video that I will be growing at an exponential rate. So I hope you guys all have an amazing day or night or whenever time you're watching this, and have a great time. 4 for Souls out.